Talent equated? Sure. Competitive matchup? Yeah, for about a half. Dominant victory for Ohio State that means a heck of a lot to the Buckeyes? Yeah, it sure was. 38-14 is the win over the Nittany Lions to kick off November. Buckeyes are 8-0. Right now they are wrapping up some press conferences right over here to my left. Julian Sayin is in there. As we get rolling on the notebook, we are going to talk to the Ohio State quarterback, and Caleb Downs is in there right now, who, boy, out of all the newsy stuff that happens immediately in the fallout of this win for Ohio State, goes from the brink of getting ejected and missing maybe the first half next week at Purdue to getting an interception that seals the win. Now, the game was over at that point, but what a turn of emotions and a swing of emotions, which really just about sums up this entire afternoon for Ohio State. They kicked it off. They had Urban Meyer in this building ringing the bell to get it started. They had a lot of black socks and a lot of new things and a lot of animosity towards Jim Knowles and his return to the Horseshoe, and they channeled that into a performance that you look at. It's 38-14. It's a comfortable win. It's another cover for Ohio State. And it's like, well, Ryan Day felt like they were losing by 21 at halftime because there's one fumble that he kept dwelling on. Ohio State had the football, a couple minutes left there in the second quarter. C.J. Donaldson goes in there, coughs it up. Penn State turns that into a touchdown, makes it 17-14. Now, the Ohio State defense was never going to give this one up. It took a lot of gadget plays and a lot of trickeration and a lot of blown calls, in my opinion, personally, for Penn State to get some of those scores early on. But I thought it was another dominant performance. And Ryan Day he tried to downplay the importance of Jim Knowles' impact on this game and him coming back. But then he used a term. He said that they didn't have to re-engineer the offense. That went right here in the notebook. Why is that important? That became a pretty pressing topic for Ohio State to re-engineer their defense after the loss to Oregon last year when Jim Knowles was still here. So I thought that was just a little, to pay attention to the subtlety. Easy for me to say. But I made this point all week long. Penn State, this is a program I talked to a bunch of people that were involved with the Nittany Lions. They thought, well, yeah, they're struggling, but this is still a team that expects to break their own record for NFL draft picks. They are on both sides of the football now, not at quarterback right now without Drew Aller. They have the horses to really go out and try and give Ohio State a game, and it was a 3-point game at halftime, but they were not going to be able to sustain that because the level of performance that you see from Julian Sayin, who now this Heisman conversation is getting ramped up, and Ryan Day is more willing to talk about that than he has maybe ever been with one of his players. He said, there's a lot of football left to be played, but he's going to go to bat for his guys. Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, clearly the best tandem in the country. Jeremiah was asked about that and said, you have to include Brandon Ennis in that. So just the best wide receiving core. They all made plays on both sides of the football, and even on special teams. You saw a really good kickoff coverage unit. Ohio State makes a field goal. They do all the things that they needed to do to really go out and pull away from Penn State for a win that it does not look the same as it was projected to be 2 months ago when this was supposed to be a top 5 matchup between these two programs and the best teams in the Big Ten, the most talented rosters with college football playoff aspirations. I mean, Penn State's season, for all intents and purposes, is over, so they had nothing to lose, and we saw them really try and get creative to find ways to move the football in Ohio State. And credit to them, they did score 2 points. However, it was aided, however they got them. They're on the record book, but I think that moment right in the early fourth quarter, Berm, where Matt Patricia is being shown on the field to raucous cheers, and then Ohio State, which has gotten a little saltier, a little pettier with the way that they handle things, thinking back to Curt Cignetti and Googling him at the end of that win last year. They show Jim Knowles in the press box multiple times. They're alternating between Matt Patricia. Caleb, can I ask one thing? What's the swing of emotions like when you think you might be getting tossed and then you end it with an interception?
Man, the grace of God, honestly. He showed mercy on me in that moment, and I felt so thankful for that. It was great. Honestly, I don't know any other way to explain it.
When it seemed like there was a lot of emotion pouring out of you in that moment before the interception, they gave you the ruling, and there was so much support. I know you guys talk all the time about the brotherhood, but they were all rallying to you in that moment. You had to have felt a lot of support.
Yeah, definitely. Nobody wants to see anybody get thrown out of the game, and I appreciate my guys for looking out for me and everything like that. It's a brotherhood.
All right, get out of here. Thanks for stopping. Caleb Downs sealing it there with the interception. So I lied. The first guest was the All-American safety and not Ohio State's Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback. But we'll get into all that and more. Caleb Downs, I mean, what more can you say about him? He is the best safety in America. And now it's no longer as easy to just say he's the best defensive player in the country, because you see Jerry peeking through at us like we're in a cage, which in some ways we are. Arvell Reese, he is just a monster, and I couldn't help. There he is. It's dual threat quarterback Julian Sayin. Can we walk with you downstairs?
Yeah.
I know you started your press conference talking about the scramble there. Everyone just assumed that you didn't have that part in your game. Are you enjoying the fact that we're all awakening ourselves to what you can do as an athlete too?
I think, if the play calls for it, I'll go make it with my legs. And we talk about that during the week. And it's like, if they're going to play as a version of 2-man where they don't have anyone underneath, the quarterback, there's nobody left for the quarterback. So it was awesome. And then in the back of my mind, I was thinking, our coaches say, if it's 3rd and 6 and there's contact at 5, you better go run through it for the first down for us.
I mean, it looked like a jump cut. I mean, I didn't know that you had that in your game.
Just a little athleticism. Well, not too much.
Okay, just enough to get the job done. Congratulations on the win. All right, so there we go. I told you we would get Julian Sayin. We did. We're not going to keep them too long because, as Ryan Day said, it is on to Purdue. OG Walt over there. Did this place clear out in a hurry or what? CJ Barnett leading the quarterback out of here. Look at this. It's Donato's again. Can you believe it? No variety. I guess it's sticking to the routine.
Make the routine plays routine.
2 questions.
Oh, Barnett. You told me. You said we were leaving.
The bus is loading up in a hurry. These Buckeyes are clearly excited to get to West Lafayette. They just want to get out of here. I don't know who will be left. See, Quinn's already out here, loading up, heading to the bus.
Wait.
This team is in a hurry to get out of here. Bennett Christian told me, there's Television's Adam King. We're going to get to that in a second here. Oh, TV's Adam King. Who was your player of the game?
That's a good question. I think I feel like we're in the way.
Are we?
I feel like that's a tough one. You have to think that Jeremiah Smith had a pretty good game, but then you look at Julian Sayin, and I feel like another 86% completion percentage is pretty darn good. I love the defense in its entirety in the second half, but really, I think I got to give it to Jeremiah Smith or Julian Sayin here.
I'm gonna come back and find you. There's still.
We were all preoccupied.
Yeah, we'll be right back with Adam King. All right, we need to head out here. Now, 85 said he was going to wait. 96, 98 is over here. Mr. McDonald, may I please speak with you? Are you getting tired of dominating?
Man, no, can't, never.
Okay.
Just gotta keep winning.
What is it that you think has made such a big difference for you? Like, you started off on a good note, but it feels like you're elevating week after week. I know you're gaining confidence. You're playing at a high level. Is there something that you can pinpoint that is allowing that to happen right now?
Just being motivated, wanting to be the best in the country, having the people around me, Coach Patricia, Coach Johnson, my teammates, that make me go.
Do you think that you aren't intimidating enough that you've had to up the eye black game? Like, you look like the Predator.
Oh man, it's all intimidation.
Yeah.
I just, it's me. I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. I'm gonna just keep doing it.
What was your longest touchdown run as a fullback in high school?
Like 33 yards or something like that.
How long would that fumble return today have been for a touchdown if you just picked it up instead of?
So this what happened. I don't know. I couldn't pick it up. I need to work on it. That's all. I got to take them drills more serious in the game, in practice, when we pick it up and scoop it. But next time I'm going to get it.
If that's the only weakness in your game right now, I think you're going to be fine. Congratulations. Go enjoy it with your family. See K-Mac next week. Got A Styles over here. Is there another Styles nearby? I'm sorry. That's me. I'm sorry. Creating a problem. All right, sneak through here.
I need to get the answer.
Okay, right here.
I need to know the answer.
Room has a question.
This is live?
Yes. Well, no.
It's not live, but it's recording. But first series, I asked you in the field, do you know what the message was for Ethan Grunkmeyer in that moment? Because he looked annoyed that you were talking to him.
If I remember what I said, I would have told y'all. But I can't remember what I said, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
And honestly, we would have to edit it out, I'm sure.
Yeah. Most definitely. But yeah, I forgot though.
What is
Nothing. That's
Nothing
it. I
else?
just want to know. 'Cause he looks super annoyed with you, and I was like, "Oh, that's Arvell just getting in his head."
how annoyed do you guys get when there's just 2 touchdowns on the board? Most teams would trade places with you guys in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we left something on the table. We left a lot on the table. I feel like what they got, that's what we gave them. We gave them that, and that's on us. We gonna fix that. But yeah, we definitely can't let that happen. 2 touchdowns is too much. It's too much.
So what will, as you leave here right now and head into this next week in this home stretch, what is the thing that's on your mind that to get that erased? And again, that's a super high standard, but I know that's what you guys operate with.
We just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Keep just trajecting up. Honestly, we gotta just practice hard and just not take our opponents lightly. That's all we gotta do.
Gotcha. Appreciate you. Thanks, Arvell. Appreciate you, man. It's just a different solar system. We don't know what. They haven't found it yet. You just got dropped off here. Okay, we might got to get Lorenzo in his return if we can here in a second. Just so many playmakers on this Ohio State defense right now. It is incredible to watch what they're doing. Again, when you can have a 2 touchdown outing be like one of your worst. Zoe, you got 2 seconds, sir?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the lineup.
Yep. Happy to be back.
Feel good?
It felt great. They were running that ball a lot today, so I was back there pedaling a lot, but it was great to get a team win.
So I could talk about how well you played today and just what it means for you to be back, but when you had to spend the last couple of weeks watching and not being able to contribute, what kind of torture is that for a guy like you who's put in so much work to be ready for right now?
Man, it's hard. It's my last year, and I just know the game could be taken away from you easily. So I feel like that just gives me courage to go out there every single week and give it my all, lay it out on the line for my teammates.
Is a game like this where a team decides that they want to test you guys with the run game, does that get you excited?
Yeah, it gets me excited because I know the guys up front, there's going to be some games where they're going to challenge us outside. So like Caden McDonald, Kenyatta Jackson, Taiwan Malone, really a lot of guys, Caden Curry, they had to step up today, stop the run. They were challenged, and they did a great job of that.
Did it make you nervous at all to see if the shoulder would hold up?
No, I'm not nervous at all. I mean, they told me I'm good at play, so when I heard that, then I'm out there 100%.
All right, well, welcome back. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. What's up, bro?
All right. So, a quick tour out here, a little productive. Did you want? You want Max Clare? All right. But we're going to bother him in just 2 seconds. We will not interrupt the conversation, though. There was a lot of people in the press box who just assumed that touchdown. I've been talking about Bennett Christian, and he promised he was going to hang around, so because I had a question about him before the game even started, setting the tone with the special teams and the kickoff unit before he scored the touchdown. But everyone just assumed that it was Max Clare, as he's been on this upswing from the last couple of weeks, scoring that touchdown as the tight ends got out there, and we saw another offensive wrinkle for the Buckeyes. But the depth of this group, they are adamant about using this 13 and 14 personnel in the red zone, and there's just nothing, it seems like, that will really change their mind from that. And it's been disjointed at times, but then you saw the results of some of that. C.J. Donaldson pounding in a couple more touchdowns as well. You had Bennett Christian on a little play action, roll out and flip from Julian Sayin to find him in the back of the end zone. So these tight ends continue to be critical for Ohio State, and it's not just one, it's not just Will Kazmarek, it's not just Max Clare. As you see Nate Roberts continuing to get out there as a true freshman, it's got to be a lot of fun for Keenan Bailey and that group right now with what they're doing. Max is going to the bus. Getting called to the bus. We'll let him. I'm not going to get in trouble with CJ Barnett because he said that was the last bus. The Buckeyes, as I said, are getting out of here in a hurry. Look. Okay, we're back. Hey, thanks for telling me to go over there.
Yeah, well, I figured, I was like, you were watching and I was watching. I'm like, you know what? I don't think that we should be talking to her.
No, we can always do that later. Oh, yeah. Now you're getting...
I'm getting summoned. It's okay. I got this.
You're under control?
Yeah, I'm under control.
Okay.
I'm the pilot of my own life.
This was a talent-equated game.
Matchup game. You know, I mean, I will say this, and if you want to talk about the Penn State struggles, that's fine. But this is the same Penn State team, albeit Drew Aller, that everybody said was the best Penn State team in the world and was going to win the
Of a generation.
A generation. I mean, the reason James Franklin is not here is because this team was supposed to win a national title before they ever played a snap. All they're missing is that starting quarterback. So if you want to come after me and tell me that, oh, like the defense, that's the same defense.
Yeah.
That's the exact same talent on defense.
With a new expensive coordinator, I'm told.
Expensive coordinator, which turns out big plays, they work on Jim Knowles.
Ooh.
Don't tell anybody.
Just call the big plays.
Just call the big plays. And again, I know there are people, everyone wants to talk about the run game. I think that Ohio State is hammering it because pretty much they know they can just throw to Jeremiah and Carnell. Why work on something that you know you can do? The C.J. Donaldson fumble, it shouldn't have happened. If it doesn't happen, Ohio State probably goes down and scores on that drive. This game looks a whole lot different because the middle eight is the important. Got to remember middle eight.
I'm told that you're supposed to win the middle eight. A couple times this year, Ohio State has not and still won comfortably.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that happened in Illinois as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That is accurate. I'm just noticing Burm is texting right now. So obviously everything I have to say, not important. He doesn't want to hear for
I'm
it.
looking at statistical output.
I'm
looking at Bo Jackson having 105 yards on 13 carries. People complaining about that.
No, but now, hold on.
Sure, 51 on 1. That's all.
Now, that's all I'm going to say.
That means 12 for 54 on the other. That's not.
I'm not complaining. Don't come after me. I am not complaining.
What are you doing to your coat?
I for some reason didn't take my hands out of my pocket, so I'm
Why?
not complaining.
I need television hands from Television's Adam King.
Somebody did say last week I was apparently like doing a full 4-point stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
But actually, I think this game, first of all, I correctly predicted the score.
On the number?
On the number.
Where? Is it? How many versions of the tweet did you send?
I didn't send a tweet. I don't tweet it out.
Okay.
I said it this morning on The Fan. I said it
On 10 TV?
I feel like I said it on Talking Tuesday. Roll the tape.
I don't ask you for a score prediction.
I think I said it. I was very confident.
Congratulations to Adam King for getting the score prediction
Most
exactly
important
right.
win of the day.
That's huge. You did a great job.
I feel like I let you down today in the notebook. Burm is really upset with me for some reason.
Good to see you. Miss you. I don't. I never did.
What? Okay, that got weird in a hurry. Do you think the Penn State buses have left, Burm?
Yes.
They probably got out of here in a hurry. It's worth a check, though. It's worth a Google. Who did you think was the player of the game? You just had this, as Adam was accusing you of texting, you were looking at the stat book and the box score. What did you see in there that you liked the most?
Arvell Reese is the best defensive player in America, not named Caleb Downs. And he might be as impactful for this team as Caleb Downs is, which is almost impossible to have imagined 4 months ago.
Yeah, I said that as we started the notebook. No, I'm going to walk out here. I am going to. I'm gonna walk around. I just want to see the sun again because it's such a beautiful November day. It was cool, crisp. Felt like the Big Ten. Did you feel warm on the sideline? I saw
No, it warmed up in the second half. First half was pretty chilly, but second half got warm. And the crowd really got into it in the second half, which I think really impacted the entire game. But I think Grunkmeyer got a little comfortable at the end of the second quarter, and the crowd finally woke up in the second half.
Yeah, when Grunk tried to bring the funk on that no-look pass like out of the end zone, I was like, that guy is certainly feeling confident. And that was about the time where it seemed to me, Matt Patricia's like, okay, we've had enough fun in games here. It's time to turn Arvell Reese loose with some pressure. Kenyatta Jackson, I thought I guess we keep saying it, maybe it's a broken record. I think today was probably the best game of his career. And he's put in a bunch of performances together that all fit into that category that might stand out. By the time we get done, maybe there'll be some playoff ones that supplant that. Oh, there might be some Nittany Lions still hanging around up here. There's only one person up here that I would even try to talk to after they came in here and lost by 24 points, which again was a cover over the initial spread that was released for anyone that's keeping score at home. Let's see. Walking literally into the Lions' den. Okay. No, I do not want to talk to Drew Aller, if I'm being honest with you, Burm. I don't need to bother him. Do we? It's a strange amount of smiles that are over here, if you notice that, Burm. Like it's almost like Penn State just knew what was going to happen today, if I'm being honest. And that's a mature, realistic outlook. Okay, I don't see the coaching staff, so I don't think that Jim Knowles was in a hurry to hang around here after the reception that he got from the folks in the Horseshoe or from Ryan Day, who I think we're going to talk about this. Maybe we already did on snap judgments. The level of creativity from the Ohio State offense, I think, was easily the most we've seen all year. Now, some of that can be as simple as Jeremiah Smith is down there, and even if he's double covered, just throw it to him on the 9 anyway. That works out just fine. But you saw wrinkles in the red zone. You saw different personnel groupings.
You saw that like stacked diamond look to the left when they threw it back to Jeremiah on the first drive of the game.
You had full house backfields. You had, the one play action, I think, to Carnell Tate where James Peoples was orbiting into the backfield and, just different eye candy. I mean, they used all 4 running backs in this game in some form or fashion, which I did not think was possible or, frankly, I was against it because it just seems like too challenging of a thing to manage throughout a game, let alone over the course of a season. That's a different matter, but they used them all today. They all were able to chip in and contribute to this win. And it's going to be one that I think Ohio State feels really good about because, again, they treated this as a talent-equated game, and then they came out and performed the way that I thought that they would. When you take it that seriously, when you have the off week to prepare, when you they danced around the level of motivation for Jim Knowles' return to the Horseshoe, but I know how much it means to a bunch of those coaches and certainly the players who are around Jim Knowles the last couple of years. They did not enjoy the way he left, the abruptness of his departure, and certainly where he went. So I think on both sides of the football, they wanted to prove a point. Someone like we talked up to at the top of the tunnel with Arvell Reese, it's frankly just hard for me to imagine that Jim Knowles would have used him in the same way that Matt Patricia has this year. And maybe that's a hypothetical that I can't ever be proven right or wrong, fair or not. It's just hard for me to imagine it. And he is playing at such a high level that it is a true joy to watch. And really this whole Ohio State season through 8 games, I think has been that way. This is a team that is still getting better in front of your very eyes, whether that's Julian Sayin, whether that's the offensive line, whether that's the run game. Is it all finished yet? No, which I think is the even more encouraging part because you look up there and you see, 32 for 164 along a 51 for the rushing yardage. I think you can take that when you have the best passing attack in the country to complement that. So, Duke beat Clemson. How about that? Really fun stuff down there for Dabo Swinney. But that's neither here nor there. The score here, which is what really matters, was Ohio State 38, Penn State 14. Buckeyes are 8-0. They will be on the road again next week. They're heading to West Lafayette to play Purdue. And Caleb Downs will not have to miss the first half. That ejection was overturned on replay, which is about the most significant bit of personnel news that Ohio State could have as it fast forwards here into the rest of November. Thanks for kicking it off with us in here at Ohio Stadium. Fun day for the Buckeyes. Not so fun for the Nittany Lions. Buckeyes rolling right along. And thanks to all of those guys who stopped to talk with us on the Notebook on 97.1 The Fan, 10 TV Plus. And if you listen to the audio only, you're missing all the great footage that Berm is shooting behind the scenes in here. But we'll try it again next week. Hopefully even more coverage from Ohio State and their travails at Ross-Ade Stadium. We'll see you there. Thanks for watching.